The red ants there. They are. They do bite you.
The town of Pattamadai, a serene and calm place, is a village known for its pattu mats and the community of mat weavers who have been there for over 50 years. It is set amidst vast fields of green with paths winding between them. The river flows along the town, filling temple tanks and watering the different fields of banana and rice. The streets are bare with old houses, like straight out of a movie from the Wild West, just more Indian. The mat making process, as simple as it may look, is interwoven with many layers of emotion, dedication, and skill. The grass is first soaked and then cut up. People from different age groups are involved in the entire mat making process. For example, the lady here is too old to make mats as it strains her back, so she just cuts grass instead, thus, still remaining a part of a craft she always loved doing and also earning a meager amount to support herself. The finely cut grass is then dried in the sun. For the dyeing process, chemical dyes are used. Kerosene and firewood are unnoticed expenses in this process. Money is a big issue as the workers only get paid rupees 60 a day and the full amount once the mat is finished. It takes a whole day to set up the loom, as each string needs to be threaded to the spaces in the loom and then tied to a beam. The demand for butter pies is very high, but the process of making it is slow. It takes a day to make a normal pie and nearly 3 days to make a butter pie, as it has far more thinner Korea grass strips and the designs are more detailed. The demand has a time frame, so if the mat makers exceed the time frame even a little, then companies cancel their order, and this affects the craftsmen as the mats they made have to be sold elsewhere. Pattamadai has made mats for almost 50 years, and the skill has been passed down from generation to generation, from the elders to the children. The tradition of gifting newlyweds with the pattu pie has been going on for a long time. The pattu pie is a symbol of prosperity and good fortune. The making of the mat is a very complicated and intricate process. The strings need to be counted and then the shuttle put across for each different design. The beams need to be tightened all the time and the strings constantly tied as a lot of them break during the process and the workers stop to tie them back. Most of them experience back pains as they have to sit without any backrest all day. But one of the weavers said that they were used to it and added that there wasn't a craft in the world where some sort of pain was involved. They just had to live with it for the sake of their craft. The workers, most of them being housewives, leave in the afternoon to cook for their families and return within 2 hours to resume work. In the night, they work under candle lights as there are power cuts every alternate hour from 6 p.m. onwards. Though it strains their eyes, they still continue with their work. The loom or the mat making process has not changed much since its inception, except for the patterns themselves. Most of the elderly workers had learned the craft when they were 10 years old. They all said they watched and learned from their mothers. Once the mat is finished, it needs to be beaten into place to make the grass compact before untying it in order to prevent the mat from unraveling. Every time a mat is finished, the strings need to be cut and the loom taken down for a new mat to be made. Some mats have written words woven into them, but only a handful of weavers who have studied the craft know how to weave words. So every time there is wording to be woven, the weaver hands it over to the person skilled in that field. The grass sticking out is then cut up neatly. The mat is polished to smoothen down the grass and give it a flat, shiny look. An ordinary smooth stone is used to polish the mat. Cloth is stitched onto the sides of the mat later to secure the bonds between the fibers. Zenith, the head weaver, said the future of the craft was doubtful as more younger people looked for jobs in the city where the pay was better. The knowledge of the craft, she said, would never die out as nearly all the children are educated in mat making whether they choose to continue it or not. The mat weavers of Pattamadai have held on through long hours of blackouts, low wages, hot temperatures, and even physical ailments of sorts, but they unanimously agreed that their love for the craft would never die out.